What is going on, guys? Crichton here today, coming in for a brand new video. I'd like to thank wearefifacommunityhd for letting us upload to the channel. It's quite good and it's quite an honour because it is a good up and coming FIFA community channel. But today's video is basically going to be a team of British players, kind of a mix between potentially good players and just good players in general, in kind of player predictions. I know it's still not really the new cards, like the new shields, which is a bit of a disadvantage, but you know, it's still good and it's still good software using chuz. But you know, starting off now, we have Joe Hart. And first things first to say about Joe Hart, obviously starting Man City keeper, starting England goalkeeper, no real competition. I thought he had a fairly good season last year. You know, obviously Man City not the best year, losing out in the FA Cup and as well as the Premier League. But you know, he's a very good goalkeeper. He's getting better each year, getting more and more experienced, and I've given him an increase by 1 because I think his performances have deserved it. An 85 seems pretty fair. And looking at his stats, them diving and reflexes look really good. Look, good stats all round. Obviously using him in your England and BPL teams, but he looks a fairly good goalkeeper, and he is definitely will have no challenges being at Man City's number 1 and England's number 1 as well. 3 centre-backs now, all from 3 different nationalities. First one is from Scotland. Best Scottish centre-back in my opinion at the minute is Charlie Mulgrew. Plays his football in the SPL for Celtic, Celtic being the champions of Scotland. And I've increased this guy by 2 because I think he's a very good player. He had quite a good season, you know. He started a lot of games being at left back and centre back, but he is majority centre back. And the main reason I picked this guy because he does have quite a good shooting on him. You look, he's got 68 shot because he does get a fair amount of goals. He's got a great penalty and a great free kick. His free kicks are magnificent. He's got a sweet left foot. And I've picked him because his actual card for your stats look really, really good if you think of his passing, his defending and his heading. I think, you know, 77's a fair rated card. I think he will become a rare because obviously he does have quite high free kick stats, so that is a reason to give him a rare. But you know, he is definitely Scotland's best defender at the minute, really, in my opinion. I know Scotland aren't the best team right now, but he is the best defender at the minute, in my opinion. And you know, he looks a fairly okay player looking at FIFA 14. You know, there's not that many good centre backs in the SPL, so he'll probably be the highest rated one as well. Moving on though, and we have Ashley Williams, the captain of Wales national team, also captain of Swansea, I do believe. He is a fantastic centre-back. He's had speculation all through this transfer window about signing for different teams, but to be honest, I think Swansea would be good for him as he does start, and you know, European football, good experience if he is to make a move in the future. I have increased him by I think 3 because I think he's a magnificent centre-back, definitely one of the best in the Premier League. And you're looking at FIFA 14, you're looking at 72 pace would mean he'd be quite OP, as obviously the game's all about pace. 85 heading and 80 defending. I do believe he has amazing strength as well, so you know, looking for them reasons that he would be really OP. He's also got good passing because his percentages are going to be really high with him playing for Swansea, kind of the Barcelona of England. But you know, this guy's looking really, really good. He'll be in your Wales teams, probably be in your pace teams like BPL sweat teams, looking at his pace right now. He's just got a very, very good player, and I will actually really want to try him out when it does come to the new FIFA 14. Our last centre-back is going to be Chris Smalling. Picked him because Cahill and Jagielka aren't really well used on the game. Smalling is used quite often on FIFA, mainly because of his pace. And, you know, not really much to say about Smalling. He is kind of a bench player for England at the minute. I wish he would start because I think for the future it's better. He still might be. He's had a lot of injury problems last year. He made 25 appearances altogether, which wasn't too good. I think Man United played about 55 games, but injuries did not help that. I've increased him by 1 because when he did play, he was a very, very good player. He's got good heading and defending, and his pace being 77, what I think it'll be, will mean, again, he'll be a very OP defender, very fast and quick, keeping up with them 90 pace strikers. And looking at FIFA again, it's really going to be about pace because if you look, you can get engine chemistry styles, which will basically, everyone will bash them basically. But moving on to the midfield, I will apologise again that I can't use the shields, I just don't have the graphics to do it. But first CDM, Scottish player again, James McArthur. Probably, I'd say, looking at the best card for a Scottish midfielder for maybe being different, because he has went up by 3 to a 74. I think he had a magnificent season last year for Wigan. I don't think they deserve to go down myself. Obviously, winning the FA Cup was phenomenal, and he was a real anchor man in that midfield alongside James McCarthy. I've given him a +3 increase. I think he's a great player. I think Wigan being in Europe next year will do very well. He could easily pick up a good move to like Celtic or a BPL club. And you know, looking at him, he has great pace, great passing, and great defending, which makes for a perfect CDM. CDM. You know, if 3-5-2 or maybe 4-1-2-1-2 come back into fashion, or 3-5-2 stays in fashion, he will be a really, really good player. Looks a really expensive one. He will get a rare as well, but he does look like a very, very good player, and definitely a promising player for Scotland's national team. Partner at CDM is going to be Jack Wilshere. Mainly picked him because he is England's one of the most brightest prospects. Obviously, he's had injury problems the last few years, which kind of messed up his build up to his career a bit. But looking at his card, I've given him a +1 because he didn't play too many games last year, but when he did, he was magnificent. He's just had a recall to the England team, and he's back fit playing for Arsenal. Looking at his pace, has great pace, an alright shot for a centre midfielder, and obviously his dribble and defending's there. Not the best in the air, but that 85 pass is where he wins things for you. His passing will be phenomenal. He will be a really, really good player. England and Arsenal give him the good links to have for hybrids and stuff like that. He does look like a very good player as well. But moving on, our first winger, this is a really exciting player to have, Wilfried Zaha. He's just a magnificent player. For me, I think he should go up to 5-star skills, which could be really, really promising for the game. I've given him a +5 because obviously he played amazing for Palace in the build-up to the promotion to the Premier League. Signed by Man United, and in pre-season he's looked amazing. He played really well in the Community Shield for Wigan on Sunday. Against Wigan, for Man U. I've gave him an increase up to 90 pace. His shots went up and his dribbles went up as well. Poor heading, but his pass, shot and dribble as well as the pace will help a lot. With his skill moves, and probably I think he has a great weak foot as well. He will look like a really promising player. He has to get a goal. It'll be rare because of his pace, but I think with him having 5-star skills or 4-star even, and a good weak foot, he will be a really promising player and a great one to use in FIFA 14 as well. Our next player is going to be Gareth Bale. I've put the Real Madrid badge on because it does look like he is moving. Apologies if he doesn't, but I've just done that for realistic, because if you watch the video a month later and he has a Tottenham badge on, it might look silly. But for me, he does look like he's going to Real Madrid. I've gave him up to an 89 because he is, for me, the third best player in the world behind Messi and Ronaldo. Maybe a bit level with Neymar, but he's just unbelievable. It's basically, his shot has took a massive increase for me because his long shots and just ability to hit the ball in the back of the net is unbelievable. Got great passing. He's not the best in the air. His defending stats haven't really changed. He doesn't play there anymore. But his dribble and pace, his pace is electric. Once he gets going, you can't stop him. His dribble, no one tackles him. So I think he deserves this 89 rated card, maybe an 88 at least. People might disagree with that. For me, he's a phenomenal player, the best player in the Premier League right now. If he moves to Real Madrid, it'll be amazing for him. I don't know where he's going to play because obviously Ronaldo's a winger as well, playing left wing. Wherever he'll play at centre attacking midfield or up front, I do not know. But for me, he is a phenomenal player and definitely the best British player right now in football. But our cam is going to be Aaron Ramsey. Picked him because he had a really good season last year for me. It was quite steady. You know, he stayed out away from injuries after a horrible broken leg a few years back. He's done well for Wales, and I think he just needs to really sustain a place and start maybe standing out a bit more, because obviously him in midfield, he's overshadowed by likes of Cazorla and Wilshere. He needs to make a name for himself, get back to them standards, because he has the ability to do it. I've given him, I think, a +2 because I thought he had a good season, scored some okay goals. His passing and assists was quite good. You know, he's a very unselfish player. He takes the assists for the team over the goals. His pace is good, his shot's very good for a centre midfielder with 75. His passing with 83 is phenomenal, and his dribbling's good, so he does make for a good centre midfielder. Looking forward to FIFA 14. I think he will be quite good to have as well. I just think he really needs to take a step up in his game to get maybe well known as an Arsenal midfielder, to be honest. That's just my opinion on him. But we'll move on to strikers now. First striker, Daniel Sturridge. You know, what a player this guy's been. You know, kind of on the bench for Chelsea. He's getting overlooked for England. Wasn't really getting anywhere. Signed for Liverpool. 10 goals in 14 games. Unbelievable goals record for me. 92 pace is just electric for the game. I'll give him a +2 because obviously 10 goals in 14 games is phenomenal. He'd easily get 25 plus next year. I've increased his dribble and his shot by a fair amount. And you know, he has a bit of everything if you're looking at his actual card face stats. A bit of everything, and he looks like a really OP player looking in for FIFA 14 at that rating. And the last player is a massive surprise. You would never guess this. It's going to be the only Northern Irish player on the team here. It's going to be Billy Mackay. Half of you won't know who he is. He plays for Inverness in Scotland. He got 27 goals last year for Inverness, helping them to quite a high place. And you know, a lot of championship teams are looking at this guy. He still actually could change clubs because he's got 2-2 already this season. But you know, look, he was actually a 64 bronze. I've increased him because EA always love to kind of give little players massive increases. But you know, looking at his shooting and pace, he'd make for an unbelievable silver card with that head and dribble, and I think he'd be a really good player. But anyway guys, this has been my British 11 player predictions. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. If you have, please click subscribe to this community channel because it's really good. You'll see a lot of YouTubers who you might be really interested in and see a lot of different things. If you did enjoy the video, hit like as it helps it out so much. Comment with your opinions on my commentary and the team. Also, if you'd like to subscribe to me, that would mean a lot as well. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Take care. Have a great day. Make sure you subscribe to both channels, and goodbye.